namaste, and welcome to the Quantum 3.0 version Timeline Vortex Activation webinar. I am so happy that you are here, and we will be doing this literally every Friday. We are going to be doing this literally every Friday from now onwards. So you don't need to worry that whether we are going to be doing this every weekend or offered or not. But guess what? You and I meet now every Friday. So, what is becoming Quantum 3.0 version? So, first of all, let's talk about Quantum 1.0 version. A person who is in the Quantum 1.0 version is often in the state of consciousness, of victim consciousness, that it's not working in my favor, things are not aligning in my favor, circumstances are against me, people are out there to get me, things are happening to me. That is the 1.0 version. When a human being moves from victim consciousness to the 2.0 version, the human being starts to get aware that nothing is happening to me. It is happening for me. It is me inside who is getting triggered. It is me inside who is getting affected. Everything on the outside is actually a holographic representation of what's within. And it is by integrating the various aspects that is in us, we can really transform the relationship that we are seeing on the outside. However, when you are in 2.0 version, you really want to control something. You really want to change something. You are really focused on specific aspects of life, and you want to bring in specific changes in life, and the desire for specific transformations come from a state of wanting to really make changes and control circumstances because you are kind of still afraid and still have your survival aspects working in place. A Quantum 3.0 version is a version of you who is realizing that there is more to this. There is more than just controlling, and everything is not really in your control. And even if it is, even if in 2.0 version, you are the God of your reality. Everyone is you pushed out. You are the God of your reality. Everything is literally in your control. You can literally change anything, whatever you put your attention to. Even though you are aware of that, you're still aware of a higher power. You're still aware of something beyond. You're still aware of, why should I do all the work if reality is in my command? If I'm really the God in 2.0 version, then the reality is literally in my command. Then why should I need to do all the work? Why do I really need to stay focused and make my life all about that one thing when there are so many aspects of my life? When I am an infinite being, when there are infinite ways, when there are infinite resources, when there are infinite possibilities, why should I stick to the limited possibility? And that is when a person starts to realize that there is more to this. There's more to it just than being in the state of consciousness of it's all aligning in my favor, it's all aligning in my favor, and expecting things to work. There's more to it than just repeatedly affirming to change your subconscious mind, because you've been affirming about a lot of things, but is it truly changing? There's more to it than just saying thank you, God, and being grateful and asking the why, because the why is also a possibility. A human 3.0 timeline version human realizes that we live in a universe of infinite possibilities. It is one possibility that you need to constantly affirm, and we live in a simulation where we think and feel creates a reality, but there is more to it. Whenever we talk about law of attraction, we are talking about what we are being. We are never really attracting what we want. We are never really attracting what we need. We attract what we are being a vibrational match to. A quantum 3.0 version human already realizes that and already gets the awareness of the knowingness that yes, everything is in my control, yet not. And it doesn't matter even if it is. I don't need a lot of things to be in my control. I just need to be free. I just need to just be. I just need to just relax. Getting into the lifestyle of embodying the quantum 3.0 version is what I will be exploring with you all today. So every Friday, as we know that we are going to be having this webinar, so today is the introduction. And as we move further in this topic, every Friday, I'm going to be diving deeper and deeper to very many realms and dimensions. Anyway, in my one-on-one programs, we take you to the 8.0 version. So there is more to this. There are infinite levels. So let's get onto it, shall we? So quantum 3.0 version lifestyle is where you finally realize that it's just not about thinking that I have to think positive, or it's not just about the shadow work. It's not just about seeing everything as a mirror. There is more to it. It is not just about taking therapy and calling the other person narcissist, but also considering that where this person is being a mirror, there's not just reprimanding that astrological transits and all of that does not matter, but also understanding that they also matter. They also have something to do. They also have some influence. That is also a possibility. Often, when we are in the 1.0 version, we are very unidirectional. Like, this is how it has to be. If we are moving from the matrix of a 3D lifestyle outlook, we usually even get frightened to believe in 1.0 version that is it even really happening? Is it even possible that what you think inside will affect the reality? Thoughts will create reality. Is that even possible? If you are more of a person who have believed in astrology in 1.0 version, you are going to be tapped into the timeline of it is because ultimately of the planets. If you're a person who is coming from the background of psychology, you're like, ultimately, it's all connected to your mind, how you are perceiving it, and how you're getting affected by it, and the way you're getting affected by it. It's about working on those aspects. If you are coming from tarot background, you use your intuitions to try to understand. Like if you're a healer, you again understand energy and intuition to understand the patterns. If you're coming from a corporate background, you usually discern things on a very strategic, analytical way. If you are everything, but at the end, as a human, you are a person who is a nurturer. You tend to see things about how you feel and what you feel about the intention beneath. And at the 1.0 version, based on wherever you are, you have a theme. And based on that theme, the 2.0 timeline attracts you. So if you are a person who believes in positive thinking, is a positive thinking person, you might have been attracted to law of attraction or Neville. If you're coming from the psychological background or have gone through a lot of trauma, maybe you were attracted to shadow work, inner child healing. If you were coming from corporate background, maybe you were attracted more to mindset work. So in the metaphysical realm, it looks like things are very connected and the same, but it's a lot different when you are moving into the 5D or your 3.0 version. So when you are moving into your 5D version from the 4D version, you're realizing that just because it's all like manifestation is creating reality, it's true. But there is also a truth in shadow work. You have understood that. You have surpassed this matrix. You not only have surpassed the matrix where you were stuck into the thought process of thinking like this is the only way. Then you got into a niche specific only way of thinking. And then you widen to realize a lot of different skills. And then you realize that how everything is interconnected and how everything is but important. And having to realize the importance of all of that, you have upgraded to a state of newness where you are realizing a lot of different aspects of living. And that is your human 3.0 version or 5D version who is coming into a state of awareness of how things are. You are not stuck in just one way. You're not just stuck in one parameter. You're not just stuck in one way of thinking. You're not just stuck in a state that it has to be this way. Because you have analyzed the very many ways, you have understood the connection. So you want to do something different to bring in your message, to bring in your awareness of newness. And the main motto of these webinars are going to be freeing you from the timeline where you think that you're constricted to thinking in a unidirectional thinking. A lot of people have literally caught themselves in a box, especially in the dimension where maybe they are being a manifestation coach and they really have realized through their work that it is through inner work all the magic is happening. Like me, it happened to me personally. I had been working with all sorts of clients actually, from manifestation coaching to inner work coaching, twin flame coaching. I was doing a lot of stuff. What personally mostly would give me interest, I was casting spells. So I was aware of a lot of ways to do things, a lot of skills But ultimately, when I really would go in and retrospect, I had realized that it's not about those only those things, but it's about the inner work, and equally the inner work and those things need to be balanced. But my clients who were taking my spares and getting the results would think that it's because of the magic. Definitely, but the magic was inside of me. The magic, yes, the candles and herbs have their magic because of the color, because of the energy they are made with, the intention beneath. But however, behind the intention of the spellcaster, behind the intention of a witch, behind the intention of a manifestation coach is an energy, is a realm. And that is the realm where magic happens. And the quantum 3.0 version is a human is aware of that magical realm. And it is about teleporting to that realm and starting to live from there because you are off there and you are here. And it's not about bypassing that vibration, it's about really finding that vibration and being that. That part of you is having a soul purpose. That part of you has your superpower beneath it all. You are not just the affirmation, but you are the presence beneath. The presence beneath has its unique gifts. The presence beneath has its unique message. The presence beneath has its unique awareness. But the presence beneath often gets stuck in a dimension of it has to be this way. It has to be stuck and confined in this voice because it has to, because others are doing that. These workshops are about breaking you out of that matrix, that box where you think you have to be stuck over there. Beyond wherever you are being, beyond your industry standards, who are you? What is your unique essence? A person who stands out in any industry is the person who has that unique flavor. A 3.0 version human is aware of bringing up that unique flavor and showing up just anywhere. Anywhere. Whether you are showing up in a 9 to 5 job, whether you are showing up in a spiritual industry, whether you are showing up in a corporate field, a person who is activated in the 3.0 version carries that magic, embodies that magic, is aware of that magic creating everything. It is the relationship beyond with that energy which is making it happen. It is that energy of resonance. And as the quantum 3.0 version activated person, today we will all be remembering our unique resonance, our unique energy, and we'll be activating the quantum 3.0 timeline. So, no matter what you do, what you are, go back and catch your simulation. Just be you. And nobody is watching, you're just being. Wherever you are, where nobody is watching, breathe and understand that you are present in this moment. Found your presence, that you are here now. Is an awareness, an energy, is an aspect of you that is energetically being. Where is your energy being? You can type in the chat box, you can type in the chat section. Where is your inner being? Is it in different dimension? Is it in an old memory? Is it in this moment? Is it with God? Is it at office? Where is your inner essence? Does that part know you are here in this moment, attending this webinar? What if we bring that aspect of you here? Or if that person aspect of you is aware of watching this webinar? This is the part of you which gets aware, which realizes, which has an understanding, which gets the connection between everything, which gets that you have a unique message to share, because it is that aspect which has that message to share. It is that aspect that will talk to your level up HR. It is that aspect which will talk to your level up high end client. It is that aspect which will talk to your level up next office, wherever you go, no matter which industry you're coming from. This is the aspect which will level up your music career. It is literally every aspect. And this aspect of your life is having a desire, having a wish, having an understanding, having certain strategies, having certain knowingness, and knows that because this is just an example which a lot of people can connect to. And by the way, I am not a person who really connects to crystals. I love crystals. I appreciate crystals. I honor them. I would love them as gift. But it's not like a very day-to-day aspect. I'm more of an integration perspective person, but I do have crystals at home. I believe in protection crystals, and as I said, I love crystals as gifts, definitely. But this is an example of a person who is, say, a crystal healer. So you are a crystal healer, and you're aware of the many ways that the crystal is connected to the different realms. You're aware of the various ways you see the various faces of the various archangels. Sometimes when you're working with crystal or energy, suddenly in the crystals you feel as if the face of an ancestor or energy or somebody, but you keep shut. It's about no longer keeping that voice shut and allowing that voice of yours to speak. It is maybe in another person. You are seeing another person's energy coming through, and as if that energy is communicating with you, and whatever I'm doing with my hand, if you are understanding what I'm doing and you really realize the message beneath that, what is happening, do not be shut, but speak up about the awareness that you hold about the various movement of energy. The very message that I'm talking, like some of you gathering the awareness that I'm talking by transmuting the energy. I'm talking in the wave of the energy of the collective ascension timeline now to move the vibration of this timeline and change the frequency and activate 3.0 version energy. And as I'm having this movement to do, as you are having this awareness inside, it is that aspect of you who is the 3.0 version who merges with your present moment. To activate her, to bring her into awareness, is to bring that aspect of you in the moment and merge them. To merge the two aspects, to merge the two timelines, is to become in awareness of your 3.0 version and embodying that. An aspect of you who is really in awareness of that aspect, an aspect of you who really realizes the importance of that aspect, would not just go back to be another person, but would show up as a person with much more depth, much more awareness, much more clarity, much more surety, much more presence, much more easiness with all that you are. It is about integrating all of these aspects and showing up as your highest possible version. And because there is no highest possible version, because it just gets higher and higher and higher and higher, life henceforth gets better and better, better and better. There is no end to integration, there is no end to inner work, there is no end to this inner transformation process. As you transcend past the layer of healing, comes in the energy and flavor of upgrading. And here we are all about upgradation. Having to move past the dimension of healing and clearing the wounds. Finally, you are coming into the state of choosing to level up, upgrade, and integrate all that you have been and all that you wish to be. So everybody here is from definitely different backgrounds, different domains of your career. To choose a dimension of life. It can be a career, it can be a personal life. Just choose one dimension of life to focus on and write down all that you have become aware of over the course of time that you have not really embodied. So as you become aware of that, now start focusing on another aspect of life. For example, career-wise, you have started to realize that everything is connected. Even at work, how your boss is talking is somewhat similar to what's an aspect of you it is getting mirrored to. You are becoming aware of that aspect of you, who your boss is, and you feel that it's true. That's an awareness that you write down. Maybe you have realized that this is exactly how this processor is working, but I really need to make this particular change in it. And if I change a certain programming, the entire situation will change and I can really transform it. And I have become aware of this. I need more research about this. Make a note of that. If you have come to the awareness or something about your relationship that somewhere I feel that there's a particular relative of mine whose energy I have been getting in a lot of situations, and there is something I might have to process through. Make a note of that. So maybe about health, you're getting some message. Make a note of that. So literally about every aspect of your life, make notes of everything, every secret, every tiny awareness that you are aware of. And as you read them, you will feel a different resonance. Even though you have written them, even though you have become aware of them, because you've never really talked about it, you've never really been vocal about it. As you read them, a different kind of dimension is going to get activated. A different depth of dimension is going to get activated. You're going to start to see through this everything. So maybe if you are aware of, say you are in insurance sales, and two of you here I know are exactly in that profession, and it is not a, you could say it's in divine timing, it's happening, it's not a coincidence. I used the word so less coincidence, and I was trying to recall. It's been a long time I haven't really used this word. I usually use the word synchronicity. It's not a coincidence that you both are in this situation at the same time. So, say you are in insurance selling and you are doing it in a particular way, and there are a lot of things you're aware of. There are a lot of things you're aware of people. There are a lot of things you're aware of what people need, but you don't really think about it much. You might be feeling like, okay, this person might be needing this, but for this particular reason, I think I am targeting a different set of customers, but I need to target different set of customers and clients. So who are these people? So maybe they are looking forward to more changes. They are young mom and dad, and they really wanting that safety. Maybe I really need to connect to them over there. An awareness of that sort comes in, and you start maybe channeling or start maybe realizing that maybe this is how I can talk to them. Maybe if I talk to them in that way, they'll connect more. Maybe in that CS call close, I could not do it, but person was really getting connected and was talking to me. But I came off as too pushy and salesy because I was tensed, but I could have just connected and I didn't just say something. I could have just said this awareness that's coming to you, just dive deeper on it and see what more messages you can get. As you just write it down, at the end of the day, when you just read it, a different depth of dimension is going to get activated. And next time you are showing up on a call and being there, you're going to be coming off as a person who has integrated that aspect, has become aware of that aspect, has activated that aspect in their sense of self, that they will show up as a person where they are more confident from that aspect and connected from that aspect, and from a different depth and awareness the person is having that conversation, is meeting the needs of the clients, is talking to the client where the person might be needing a support and care and concern, and maybe in this example the person might require to understand that the person might be tensed because of the child, there's nothing to worry or all of that. everything is secure and how they do not need to make a lot more investments like this. There's nothing to get worried about, and there's nothing to get really lost about. Whenever a person is becoming aware of that, that person naturally comes into a state of awareness that I can just be relaxed. I can really calm down. I can just trust in this insurance and all, and it's not that I have to do it again and again. I can just do this, and this is with a trusted company, and it'll take care, and I can focus on other aspects of life. I can just relax and be by that being taken care of. This very depth of awareness is coming to that person because you showed up in a different way. You showed up in your 3.0 activated version who could really connect to that person, realize that person's need, and talk to that person where that person needed it the most. And you can talk to a person where a person needs it the most, where a person lives, is when you start to really care about a person and start to become aware of what all might be happening and tap into it. Whenever you have your moments of tapping in like this, there is an awareness which is wanting to come up. Just write down the awareness, or maybe take up a voice recorder and just start recording it, and then later listen to it. Or if you're a person who prefers writing like me, write it and then later read it. And that awareness that is going to be inculcated through that experience is going to be an aspect of you becoming aware. And the aspect of you who's becoming aware, as you become aware of that version, it is in that awareness of that version. From that version, as you start to see everything, you start to show up in a different way. Even in your relationship, for example, you show up and, for example, say you are in a situation where your partner is not really committing to you for maybe family reasons and purposes. So you are with your partner, and your partner might be telling you about the problem and stuff. And as your partner is telling you, you might have a place, a part of you which is getting aware that, hey, this is such an obstacle, and there is something that is there. It's such a heavy thing to work on and process. This aspect of you is understanding that there is part of you where you are carrying burden. Become aware of that energy where you're thinking that this is an obstacle, this is a burden, and you need to process it. What a 2.0 version would do is, I don't need to process it. Everything is going to align because I'm going to think like this. I'm going to choose that it's all working in my favor. It's going to work out. A 3.0 version of you will realize that I'm aware of this being an obstacle. Why am I perceiving this as an obstacle? Where is that energy of obstacle that I am sensing in life? Where has life given me a lot of obstacles? Where has life chosen me to bring in with obstacles? Where can I resonate? What memory am I getting? A 3.0 version asks questions. A 3.0 version asks why. A 2.0 version listens to everybody telling that don't ask the how. So the 2.0 version also says don't ask the how, because 2.0 version is still a sheep, is still in the box, is out of a matrix, has got into another matrix, because cannot be the master. 3.0 version is a leader. 3.0 version is a master. 3.0 version does not fear what people will say. 3.0 version does not care about who's there, who's not there. 3.0 version cares about their truth. 3.0 version is embodied and realized. It's not because 3.0 version knows everything, but because 3.0 version tries to know things from legit sources. so has the confidence embodied from the source of information and is aware of things, is not keeping itself in fear or worry. So becoming aware of that will open up maybe information like there are other obstacles, like you have restrictions, maybe are going out at night, and sometimes you have had a dream of like just exploring and going on a night out, and you've never been able to really do that and you really wish to do that. And then you might be having this awareness coming up that you are scared to do night out. You're scared to really go out at night and do a night out, but you really have that desire for it. And so that is where you come to this awareness that okay, the two aspects of me that are there, where a part of me wants to go to night out, a part of me does not want to. Where is it that is holding me back? What are the fear and consequences? So you become aware of what fear and consequences you're tapped into, and how many of the fear is legit and how many of the fear is not legit, and how can you like not include the fear, and how can you just do it maybe with somebody who has done it sometime and then do it yourself. And there are various possibilities that come into your way, and you go ahead and take that action, and you're on the night out and having that experience beyond just meeting your friend and having this experience and being thankful for your friend's presence, feeling the connection, feeling the confidence from the person who has done it like 101 times, feeling that confidence from them, being in presence of that friend in that night out, you get into a different state of nervous system regulation. A regulated nervous system will pull you up to regulation. A irregulated nervous system will make you feel irregulated. To level up, you need a more regulated nervous system friend to guide you often. So once you are with this regulated nervous system friend who might not have other things sorted, but may have just got the night out part sorted with you and has started to show up with you on the night out, you are feeling more regulated, you're feeling more confident, you are having more experiences, you are just getting more fun, and then you have got that momentum, and then you have got the joy, then you just want to just go ahead and take that train and go to that place, and you are not unafraid, you have booked the train ticket and you are going there, and you are going on a solo trip, not just night out. You have ended up ending on a solo trip because you are so charged up, and you feel so thankful to your friend, you feel so thankful to that experience, those moments, you feel so much of goodness because you fell in love with the streets, you fell in love with the roads, you fell in love with that energy, and that very experience gives you a renewed sense of confidence. And next time your person tells you that I don't know about it, you really show up like, really, what are we doing here then? You show up in a different way because you have come from there and the confidence is there. From that confidence you have embodied, have realized stuff, you show up, and your person is like telling you that I am not sure of the commitment or the third party or something like that. And you're like, really? Are you reading this? And because of that embodiment, because of that person who has gone through those realizations, you are so unmoved that the person is like, damn, I think I need to think about this. I need to do something about it because this person does not deserve to go through this. How will you change it? By changing your point of view. What is your point of view? Just your point of view? No. Your point of view is your embodied state of consciousness. It's not just a thought. A belief cannot be held and integrated. Belief that truly resonates and is a realized state can be embodied. When we talk about embodiment, so now we'll dive to more deeper vortexes, actually beyond 3.0. As I said, in my one-on-one programs, we just dive deeper beyond just being a 3.0 version, because a person who has been doing inner work for a while just has surpassed this version of it and knows that there is even more to what we are even seeing. And as you are getting that realization, it gets easier to talk to any person. A person in 2.0 version or 1.0 version might end up telling a person who is going through trauma that that's not real, that's an illusion. Fear is an illusion. Like, are you kidding me? I personally had complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and I know what happens, like the symptoms. Like, I can just talk about it. Like, I could like do a seminar just to talk about it, and I could just go on talking about it. So a person with CPTSD and trauma is the last person who needs to hear that fear is an illusion. A 3.0 version person knows how to talk to whom. A 3.0 version person does not talk to a person who is coming from trauma like a person who is healing themselves and opening portals. How we talk to a person who is living off grid is not the same way we talk to a person who is shaking in fear. You don't have to be in victim consciousness to be in trauma. A person who is well to do, has done loads of money, is having millions and trillions of dollars, still could experience trauma, still could experience a situation where it shakes them, still could have stress. So, a person who is stressed would not really believe in a lot of things. Might not, a person who has really worked hard, has really like walked and worked and worked and really has got, say, a Ferrari and has lived life like king size, and the person does not believe in God. And we are like, oh, that's a rich person. That's why the person does not believe in God. A quantum 3.0 version person is aware that maybe that person has gone through a series of events to become rich. Maybe that person realized that there was no savior to come and save that person. Maybe that person got so tired, so sick and tired of expecting a savior to save that person. That is where the person is coming from, that state of consciousness. That does not make him an asshole. That does make him a person with the point of view that he is an atheist. Why is he an atheist? Where is this atheism in him coming from? A person in 2.0 version who is a prophet will be like, how can you tell this? You're such a sinner. You need to believe in God. Here's your Bible. Just take this, start reading it. You will be changing in your version. A person in 1.0 version will say, this is why I don't want to get rich, because this is how rich people are, but I would rather not be rich because money cannot buy you happiness. You cannot just choose money and love at the same time. A person in 3.0 version will realize that, okay, this person is coming from this maybe some point of view, and maybe the person maybe the person has taken decisions when the person feels like, I don't think after this God will accept me, and so I shut the door of God. There are many ways where the person can be coming from, but that doesn't stop me from being great. That doesn't stop me from choosing God. That just doesn't stop me from chilling. And this is what a 3.0 version realizes. So if you are in a state where, say, if we talk about spirituality, a person who was born, say, in 1960s or 80s in India, was a spiritual teacher, was duty bounded to say that you must be a vegan. because at that time the Indian population, with how most of the Indians thought, I'm not even only talking about India because it's all over the world. There, with spirituality, there's a energy that you have to be a vegan. Like if you are more spiritual, you are definitely a vegan. So that has actually gone to the Western countries as well, but spirituality has a lot of influence even on the Western countries from India. Spirituality has been with the yogis in India and had been a practice of India for years. And back in those days, spirituality and doing anything that is for God was considered to be, it is still a holy practice, was considered to be a practice that you do how you embody like a priest. A priest in a temple would not be worshipping God by having non vegetable food. A priest in the temple would definitely be having nothing, would be fasting to call upon God. Christianity also has got a lot to do with fasting, has a lot to do with purity, and has a lot to do with seeing everything and aligning to everything from pure consciousness. And because of this energy, where because we've had from our ancestors, people have carried it. And as more people came into spirituality and they were in 1.0 version and they were told that you do it, they said, okay, we do it. They went to 2.0 version, they saw there are other people doing it. They felt scared because maybe they thought that God will punish them and all of that. And they stuck to it, or they maybe said, that, oh, they are wrong. They're not that spiritual because they are having all of this. So they need to get spiritual. So we are more evolved, we are more superior. So they are not that superior. So this set of people, I'm not a vegan, this set of people thought that, oh my God, these people are so judgmental and they call themselves spiritual. We must be the most spiritual ones. We must be the superior ones. This is how 2.0 look like. 3.0 is like, it doesn't matter whether you eat veg, non-veg. It's your choice. It's about choice. What is the point of view you're coming from? Okay, this is the point of view from which I choose veganism. Okay, this is the point of view for which I choose non-veganism. We could still hang out and I don't have to eat from your plate. I could be ordering a different burger for myself. You could be ordering a different food for yourself. And we could be chilling because my food's energy will not go to your energy. And for sitting with me, you will not be punished by karma because there are infinite possibilities. In 2.0, even if you know that, you'll be like, but I cannot think like that because I have been in a box. I have taken this decision that I have to only hang out with people who are vegans. I will not hang out with people who are non-vegan. So even if I'm aware of that, I cannot step out of my box. Because if I step out of my box, then I just don't know. I cannot step out of my box. A 3.0 version knows that there is no box. You can have everything. You can have eggs with avocados. And you can just have avocados. And nothing makes you more holier. Nothing makes you more fascinating or anything. It is just what it is. So moving into 3.0 version is having room for all the possibilities, having less of judgment, but seeing and questioning beyond and seeing things. So as I was saying that we dive even deeper in our one-on-one sessions, not just stick to 3.0 version, but as we dive deeper, we'll dive a little deeper today because I really usually live on deeper here. So then if the examples I've given are much more in depth. So say you are finally on that train trip that we were talking about in that example. So you are on the trip and you are watching everything. As you are present and as you are just watching everything, it's not just being present superficially. It's not being present like a part of me has to go back to work from Monday, finally have week off this Saturday and Sunday. So I am going on this trip on this Friday. Like, oh my God, I'm not going to think of work. It's not that the part of you is like, oh, I have a boyfriend, but I'm not going to think of my boyfriend also. It's me time. It's I am here. I'm going to listen to song. But all the parts of you being you and all the parts of you coming with you, the part of you who goes to office, she is rather coming with you and realizing that, hey, I am going to go on a trip, and then I am the same person who is also going to be going back to work, but right now I am the same person who is here on this trip. It's not a different part of me who goes to work and thinks of work. It is me who is here, who goes to work, who is in the relationship, who is having a lot of different things going on in my life. And I am here in this trip with all the awareness, with all the presence of me in the various dimensions. As I am present in this reality, what am I loving the most about being present? Just watch everything and feel the connectedness with all that is. And as you watch the nature, as you watch the environment, as you feel the presence in this moment and have your awareness coming, make a note of them, whether you write it or be aware, become aware of it. In this awareness, you will have a realization that the energy beyond is talking to you. And the energy beyond has got you here, and through this trip, through this journey, through this moment, there's a message coming to you. There's a message that is getting encoded in you, and you're becoming a realized version of you, of a series of realizations that are naturally getting encoded in you unconsciously. And more as you become present of those awareness, more and more as you're present of those dimensions, you naturally suddenly get into a state of a more heightened realization. You feel more confident, you feel more present, and suddenly when you are in your state of realization, a state of confidence comes in, and you have the train has reached your destination, and you get down and you come off and feel like a more confident version, more connected version, where all of you is present in this moment and is leveling up together and is exploring in this together. And you can enjoy it more, you can be present in that more, and it is from that place you go back to work and show up as, I felt so good. It was such a beautiful trip. And as you start becoming present at work, feel that presence of energy at work, in that flow, in that presence, you just come into more states of awareness where you have deeper realizations and understanding. And as you allow yourself to get conscious of these deeper realizations and understanding and inculcate in those aspects of you, different dimensions of you actually are getting activated. Different dimension of you are having deeper realization, and you are becoming conscious of those different dimensions, and in your conscious awareness of them, the depth of those dimensions are getting integrated and activated in your dimension, and you feel more realized, you feel like you can resonate more, you feel like you can relax more, be more, and be at ease more. And in that reverberation of relaxation, in that reverberation of easefulness, you feel like you can like chill more, you can be more, you can relax more. And in that state of relaxation and knowingness and easefulness. You literally feel like you can just be, you can just relax, and you are here, and all of you have inculcated in you, all of you have been imbibed in you, and you feel more activated, you feel more like connected, you feel more like resonating with all the different dimensions of you. And each of those aspects get activated in a energy 5D visualization board sort of state inside of you. And those inner dimensions through those activation feel more dense. You naturally feel the density and depth of you on a more energetic front, and you feel the density, you feel that in-depthness. And in that awareness, a different state of reverberation is amplified out of you. You do not have to think about life or anything. This is just an example I was giving. You could be thinking about your unique forte. You could be thinking about your unique niche. You could be thinking about business. You could be thinking about your relationship. You could be thinking about share market. You could be thinking about understanding some inner aspects of share market. You could be thinking about the real estate market. You could be thinking about project management. You could be thinking about a lot of different stuff. But amidst your thoughts of the different aspects, everything aligns. So we have messages. Satya says hi. Delvin says it's at work and office. So absolutely curious and illusion. Satya says, Satya is saying, I'm smelling something, I'm connected to you. What are you saying? Can get. Okay, thank you so much, guys. So I am sure this workshop has been amazing for you. And we're going to be diving deep more and more. But to wrap it up, so a 3.0 version of you is constricted to unidirectional, in the box thinking, and is not aware of various aspects and is not willing to get conscious, is living a more superficial life. 2.0 version of you is aware but is stuck on unidirectional way of thinking still, is in an upgraded matrix, but is still sticking to one way of being, is still living in separation consciousness, and is not really inculcating all the aspects and not really being their true self, and is hiding in certain aspects. A 3.0 version of you is a more realized version of you who sees everything in depth, not just spirituality, but sees the energy and feels the energy we talked about of the essence beneath everything, wears it and feels that intensity and depth in a very simple conversation. Even in just watching the rust of iron on a train door, this aspect of you can get connection, can get memories, can get realizations coming, and can give meaning to that. 3.0 version has already realized that you are living in a simulation, and whatever you give meaning to, that happens. So is giving the best meaning, not only the best meaning, but is really diving deep to see what it means to them. A 3.0 version realizes that no matter where they are showing up from, it's ultimately where they are showing up from, their inner essence of being. So they are connected to all the aspects of themselves, and their geometric state of consciousness is completed. 3.0 version knows that there is no completed state of consciousness, but a version which can already be restructured, and there is more levels to this, that you level up and level up and level up and level up. So ask questions. A 3.0 version is constantly researching, is constantly upgrading, and is constantly wanting to become a better version of themselves. A 3.0 version does not judge, does not think that this is the only way to be, but chooses to see how everything is connected and embodies all of that aspect. A 3.0 version sees the depth of every situation, goes into seeing the depth of every situation, and brings in depth to every aspect of life. A 3.0 version realizes that spiritual messages does not only come from spirituality, but through your business, through your money, through your connection, through anything. Awareness can come in. A 3.0 version does the inner work to stay connected more to the different aspects and wear in the different aspects more and embody the outer realm and inner realm more. A 3.0 version really wants to dive deep and unlock more of their superpower. A 3.0 version human really wants to travel dimension, go places, want to know more about the different dimensions of reality. A 3.0 version wants to play with energy. A 3.0 version wants to really unleash their true potential. And a 3.0 version person really want to transmute the inner game, because now knows that inner and outer reality is one and is more about application. A 3.0 version person loves to know how it really gets applied. So if you would like to know more about how to apply quantum physics in your day-to-day reality and become a quantum upgraded human version of you and upgrade yourself up to 8.0 version and more, go ahead and contact me and I will be giving you more details. And in my sessions, we usually upgrade your every dimension of life, help you do the inner work, and as we work on working in the different realms and pushing out the different energies stored in different dimensions, those aspects literally start to reverberate, stay integrated and activated, and start to embody the frequency you would prefer it to embody. And then it start reflecting in every other area of life. So I had been working on my level up journey, right? From changing my industry offers, structures, because I really wanted to talk more about inner work. Like I wanted to be more upgraded version of myself, speaking the truth and things that really matter to me, than only talking about manifestation. And my clients, one of my clients today, I was talking to her and she had a session today. She's going through a similar phase in her life in career where she's leveling up. She's wanting a job change and exactly the kind of job change she's looking for. The reasons she has, she's into urban planning. The reasons she has, the what she brings in the table was exactly resonating. And she was as if talking to me in a different dimension, exactly where I am. And I literally told her this, and she's my inner work client, and she was literally telling me today that one thing I've realized, and I was telling my friend Riven that there is no end to inner work. There are times when your inner child will be calling you, you will need to work on her. There are times you work on your day-to-day aspects. And then there are times you really need to know and want to know about the deeper aspects of you and want to get into a different dimension. And that is why inner work is a continuous process, and you continue to evolve and expand through your consciousness. And having that realization in the level up journey, she had been really like focused on, I need to change the job. I need to change the job. And right now she's in a phase where she's like, I have to change the job. I can't stick to this job anymore. And right now she is going towards a new job and she's going to be doing what she's doing. Like she's in urban planning, as I said, but the kind of company she wants to serve, the kind of new position in that job she's looking for in urban planning, the kind of new way she wants to serve the urban planning sector or mindset, the outlook is really having a similar junction of transformation as mine. And she could literally feel it. And she literally told me that literally the way I've been leveling up and the transition is happening is kind of an upgraded way. And I and her were once on call and doing inner work, and literally I just said something, and immediately there was an earthquake in India, and we were like, it is this one sentence that caused it. And today again we were talking about it, and she was telling me that yeah, it is like the level up is happening. The entire community is leveling up now, so that we can come here and align with you as you level up. And it's so evident, it's so vivid. Like literally, work expands you, your realms, and you cannot go back to being the same person you used to be. As you expand and become that upgraded version of you, you just want to upgrade more. It's like software. Does Android stick to the last upgraded like interface? Of course not. Would you like buy Apple if it was just the current processor forever? No. They're all constantly upgrading. So as you upgrade, all the things that you had to carry and not carry, debug, just gets out of your system and the processor upgrades, and you become in heightened resonance. And in that new resonance, you get new informations again. And then it's time to integrate them as well, along with what you're carrying, and upgradation of all of that as well with this new information. And then your system again upgrades. And as you upgrade, your high-end client, high-end job, high-end HR, as I said, everything falls in place and aligns. And this is the beauty of evolution. And evolution is constantly happening, whether you choose to evolve your consciousness and align and evolve and go past all that is and create the magic, or you stay stuck in your sympathetic nervous system. It's your choice whether you want more dopamine and endorphin playing with a little bit of cortisol, or you just want to be stuck in cortisol and really be blame game, claim game, and give meaning of fear. Or you want to play with this blame game of cortisol stuckness and induce a bit of dopamine and just play with this masculine, feminine game of rigidity and flow, because you embody the flow and the rigidity, the creative mind and the logical mind, which is practical, both at the same time. We wear the feminine and masculinity both, and that is being your 3.0 activated version. Thank you, and love and light to you. Thank you for joining in live. I'm so very thankful to each one of you for taking the time out and joining in the workshop live. I see you all now every Friday, and we dive deep even more on this very topic. I would love to know what your views were. Do let me know, and I am definitely looking forward to meet you all next week at the same time. And if you are watching replay on YouTube, thank you for watching. And go ahead and check in the description box to find out more about Quantum Dynamic 8 and me, Chirasree Banerjee, the founder of Quantum Dynamic 8. Thank you, and love and light to you. Namaste. Have a wonderful weekend ahead.